Welcome to Loot Fiends Episode 7. It builds character. I'm Ringo, and joining me as always,
Lazy Silver. Welcome, everybody.
Today we're going to be taking a look at character customization and lack thereof, kind of in the current gaming landscape, I guess. Focusing mostly on and it is a very early alpha rough preview of the skill tree Diablo IV released earlier this week, just as a quick mock-up, as well as World of Warcraft Shadowlands being delayed 27 days before it was supposed to launch with a lot of bugs and, from what a lot of people are saying review-wise, game balance that comes from the new character customization with covenants and whatnot for the end-game push in that.
Let's just jump right into the Shadowlands when I've got the article pulled up here.
Okay.
But what did you actually take from the announcement?
Kind of surprising that they'd turn their tail and run, or not run, but walk back. They don't usually do that. But we were less than a month away. Last Tuesday, no pre-patch had hit, as well as this is the first time they've delayed an expansion since Burning Crusade, which was their first expansion. So, and Burning Crusade came out in 06, 07? One of the two. I think it was
somewhere around there.
I think it came out in 06. So that surprised me. I think, honestly, what I really think might be the main reason that they delayed it, the hardest thing that, in my opinion, and I don't code games, work on games, whatever, would probably be that they're stat squishing like on a whole new level they've never done before, right? They're scaling the max level back down to 60 from 120.
Oh, gotcha. So they're like cutting everything in half, but that can get wonky with the way. And
they're leaving in all the old world zones. So like you're going to be level 60 going in and bitch smacking Arthas, who was originally programmed, over 10 years ago at level 70, not bitch smacking him.
Arthas was 80 because it wasn't 70 TBC.
Oh yeah, you're right. So yeah, it'd be 80. Yeah.
So he's originally tuned for 80, but now they're switching him down to 60, and that
the scaling numbers have got to be rough. You know what I mean? Just to completely rework the game like that. So I wouldn't be surprised if they were running into some issues with that.
That would make sense. Oh, I found the quote I was looking for.
Oh, go ahead.
So it's like basically near the end of that document. And of course, we'll have links to all the Blizzard articles in the description. But in the meantime, we're excited to announce that beginning October 13th, we will be releasing the Shadowlands pre-patch, which lays a lot of the groundwork for the expansion. It includes a revamped character leveling, new player experience on Exile's Reach, and a host of new character customization options. So I'm not sure if they're talking about just purely cosmetic there.
They're putting in a thing where you can change your gender for any character.
Oh, so it's just character or cosmetic.
I don't know if that's live yet or not.
Gotcha.
My account's paused. I'm not giving them money while I'm not playing.
Fair enough.
I might turn it back on to check out the pre-patch just so I'm up to date on it.
Just for a month, check it out. And
yeah.
See what's doing.
I've got like almost 2 million gold, so I can like buy a WoW token. It's not a big deal.
Gotcha. Well, I was hoping that was actually like actual character customization.
Yeah.
Like,
now that, and that's kind of what I wanted to get into with WoW, especially is I miss the skill trees of vanilla and BC. Now they weren't like that crazy in depth for picking things, but you had a lot more options.
And it felt like your picks actually mattered more.
Yeah, their system now is like, every 10 levels you get a new skill, and then it's like every 20, right? And then you can pick some sometimes from your talent list, which is basically just the passive system from Diablo 3, right? Because you only have 3 choices on every line.
Right. So I don't view that as a skill tree. That's just a pick one of 3 things at each tier tree. Which
it's not a skill tree. There's not a lot of choice there. I mean, sometimes there's like every class usually has like one line where you're like, well, shit, all 3 of these suck.
Right.
Which one sucks the least?
Or you get to the tree and all the 3 good ones are stacked on the same tier, and you're like, oh, of course they are.
Well, yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I was hoping for more of that. The thing is like what WoW's been doing is instead of giving you stuff back to your character, they put it in like the Legion artifact system, where you get all these new synergies and abilities and shit.
Right, that's where your character customization
Well,
comes
then
in
Legion goes
more.
away. And now you might get like one of those. Like, I know for Fire Mage, they give you the option of Phoenix Flames, which was from your weapon, Fellow
Right.
Malorn. But it's like at the same tier as Flame On. So, like, you're not picking it. Like, ever. It's just... So they didn't really give it back to you. But then they give you the Heart of Azeroth shit that has all the Azurite powers. And most of them are passive, but some of them are activate to use.
Right.
Well, just bake it into the character. Like, give us meaningful choices. Don't give us a weapon or a necklace or...
Oh, I think they do it that way so they can change it every expansion without people flipping out.
Yeah, well,
Right.
they have in the new in Shadowlands it's going to be the covenant system where you have to align yourself with one of the 4 covenants.
Right.
And then it's like pretty time gatey. I haven't played. I'm not in the beta, so I can't really tell you how it feels. But like the videos and stuff I've watched of people in the beta, there's time gated on how fast you can progress it, and then the big boy node at the bottom is different for each covenant, and they're gonna have to nerf it. That's probably another big reason of because they're getting their asses beat by reviewers for that.
Gotcha.
Because like for like a warlock, one covenant was like a 10% or 8% damage boost, and all the other ones were like 2 or less. So like you're forced.
Right, you're forced into that if you're playing a certain class.
And then
kinda.
if you want to change your covenant, you can only do it once a week.
Oh, okay. So it's not like you can farm them all by just flipping.
Yeah. So what you have to do, like ideally, I guess you'd have to pick the one you want to raid with on Monday, and then or like finish the week with it, and then Tuesday you go do your raid, like Tuesday and Wednesday, and then you can flip to another one if it's better for PvP for the weekend. Right.
Oh, I'm sure they're gonna associate some kind of cost with that too. Like it's like
yeah,
a
I don't
mini
know.
gold sink or something. I would guess. I don't know.
That's that's got a real big Burning Crusade feel to it. 200 gold every time.
Well,
you
that's
flip
where I
them.
was pulling it from, right? Like just hey, they've done it before. Like
So I don't
so
know.
I would guess.
In one of their devs, they did an interview and it said that like this is our most ambitious and like intricate and complicated system that we've put together. And it's like, well, who the fuck asked for it, man? How about you guys release more than one raid tier every 6 months? How about you put stuff in the game to actually play? You know, like overly complicated or unique doesn't mean good. You know, like
That's very true. I mean, on the flip side of it, though, I like it when they experiment. I think sometimes they just go a little far.
yeah. Well, I like the I like the Legion artifacts, but at the end of the day, they weren't like hard or complex really. You know, it was like follow this line.
Right.
You're gonna unlock them all at some point. It's just like what path you travel to get there first.
But I'm with you. I'd rather see that kind of stuff built into the actual characters than just on an item that can be taken away at a moment's notice, like or when an X-Pack.
Well, you get attached to those skills even if you're not aware of it.
Well, you get attached to your character. It's why they call it an avatar. It's a representation of you in that digital space. So of course you get attached to it. But I think that's why they separate it, to separate people's feelings from the balance a little bit, right? Because like you're attached to your character. You like your character.
Right.
You know? If they change your character, which you feel is in a weird sense you, it's like they're changing you, and that makes people defensive.
Oh, that's a good way to look at it. I guess I never thought of that.
So by separating that, they're like, oh no, we're just changing your weapon. That's not you.
Yeah, it's just your weapon.
It's just your weapon.
Yeah.
So like it adds a little bit of a detachment, right, from the character. At least that's the way I look at it. That'd be my guess as to why they're doing it.
One thing's for sure, and that is before Shadowlands releases, there's going to be just a kick-ass cinematic that comes and just washes all this away. Continuation from last week, bitches. We're back. It's going to be Arthas riding a velociraptor out of the mall and just bitch smacking Uther right in his wrathful mouth. And
you forgot with laser guns on top of a shark. Why not go full meme?
No. This is a realistic representation.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. So, I'm going to laugh my ass off of it. Like, some Arthas cinematic comes out before release now. Like, that'll be fucking great. But
it wouldn't surprise me at all.
I don't know. Pre-patch is a week from Tuesday, so I guess we'll have to see how it is. I think
we'll check it out. I mean, it sounds interesting. Like, I'm always down to check out the new WoW expansions just to see what they're packing.
Right.
But, like, I might only sub for, like, a month or two. You know what I mean?
I'd be pretty surprised if they didn't go radio silent for a couple weeks.
Oh, yeah. It wouldn't shock me at all. It sounds like they're, like, reworking some major stuff to push it back that early before launch. So
the thing that gets real weird is the first raid tier is going to be released, like, it's supposed to open pretty quick after, I think 2 weeks maybe, after the expansion comes out.
Right.
Blizzard's on record saying that they're not going to release a raid tier anymore over Christmas. Because during Legion, that's when they released Antorus, the final raid tier.
Gotcha.
Was over Christmas holiday, and a lot of people were like, thanks, assholes. You know, like...
It wouldn't surprise me if Shadowlands came, like... They haven't given a date, right?
No.
It wouldn't surprise me at all if it came out between Christmas and New Year's. Because that's still this year.
Yeah, but that doesn't keep with the 2-week raid schedule. Like after.
Oh, then the raid schedule will just drop in January.
Yeah, they'll have. I think they're going to release it. They're either going to release Shadowlands early December and push the raid unlock back, but that's risky because everybody's going to have most of the stuff done in the first month. If there's no raid tier.
Oh, for the pre-patch. Oh, yeah, for the leveling and everything.
So, it's either going to be that or, like you said, they release it, like, right around... They release the game at Christmas or a week before, and then, like, the week after New Year's, the raid opens.
Oh, yeah.
I could see that. All I know is it'll be here soon, TM.
Soon, TM.
So, yeah, as we get more info on that and as we dive back into WoW a little bit, we'll let you know more what we see or find. You want to move to Diablo IV?
Yeah, Diablo IV. So they actually had a pretty big... it's their quarterly update. So it's something they kind of said they would do. It's kind of release updates on where they are with things every quarter.
Right.
So they just put their new quarterly update. First thing they said they're reworking is the ancestral demonic angelic powers.
Mm-hmm.
So... basically they got a lot of negative feedback and they're switching those up. I did kind of like what he said about that, in that they did find things they liked from the way the system was and kept some of those things, but they're just kind of reworking it a bunch. And when he says what the issues were, like, he's kind of quoting people, right? He's like, people didn't like this and this and this specifically about it.
Right.
Thanks for the good feedback. So we changed those things, and we're doing this and this. So that seems to be really good. Like, they seem to actually be, the Diablo 4 team seems to be really kind of paying attention.
Oh, they have to.
From what I've seen.
You can't release... You can't do the Diablo 3 vanilla release again. And especially with PoE 2 coming out, because you'll get slaughtered.
Yeah, the Diablo 3 initial release was a bit rough. But then there's some... I think the two things that excited me the most, one of which is the new... He discussed items somewhat.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of the problem I had with the first reveal they did with Diablo 4 is the itemization looked exactly like D3's, and I went...
Which is it tells you how to play.
Well, is it really itemization if it's just add more main stat?
Yeah, add more main stat, or this season give this a ×3. You know, they fire up their fucking Powerball machine, and whatever the multiplier is for the day, that's what they times that set bonus by. So now you have to play that set if you want to do the most damage.
Oh yeah, but I was just looking at just the itemization piece of it, like as far as like rares and that stuff goes there, because he's the one thing that that really stood out to me is we've also had very mixed team feedback regarding core itemization. We're currently looking at how to best differentiate our various item qualities. For example, should magic quality items have higher affix stats than rare items? So they're looking at a core level changing the way the rarities work. Yeah, almost back to a more D2 style way, because that's kind of how D2 was. You could get blue modifiers on a magic item that were actually higher than any roll you could get for that specific stat on a yellow.
Yeah, I know he said that one of the number one complaints they get is that legendaries are too must use in Diablo 3.
Well, you never use a rare in Diablo 3.
No.
Why would you? Like,
Never.
Rares and magic items just don't exist in Diablo 3 once you hit max level. Or
No,
once you hit level 70.
You have set items, legendaries, veiled crystals, and then the picture of the blue shit that looks like Genie from Aladdin. And reusable parts. I really don't remember the blue ones.
I have no idea.
But
it doesn't matter. They're just the blue ones.
But yeah, that's all you have. So, they really need to go back to basics to fix being able to actually have a choice to use something.
And that's what he's saying. And to me,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
really encouraging. That actually makes me go, nice. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think that's really good. They also said that they felt that the power, your character's power came too much from gear, not enough from the actual character.
I'd agree with that.
So they're changing that up too, which kind of leads into the new skill tree, right? The new very literal skill tree.
The very literal skill tree.
That is a literal tree.
Yeah.
Full of skills.
Honestly, it looks like somebody had that as their edgy desktop background, and then they moved all their icons to the branches, because that's exactly how it looks.
Yeah, I have no idea. It's kind of, I don't know. I kind of like it. Like, just the design of it. Like, sure, you laugh and you make a pun like literal skill tree, but like, it's kind of neat. I'd like to see it have a few more options than what it has. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's just because like I come from PoE, so like seeing that skill tree compared to this, of course it looks baby bitch. You know what I mean?
Well, here's my problem with the initial look of the skill tree. It's a straight fucking line.
There is some branching.
There's like...
It's not a ton, but there is some branching where it looks like you can skip from one branch to another in the middle of a branch.
Here's exactly what the skill tree is to me, because I looked at it for a while today, right? I went to Ancestry.com. I'm not related to Deckard Cain. And so looking at this thing, you start at the roots, and there's like 4 or 5 roots.
Actually, you start from the top.
The
roots are a different system. Yes. So,
what? That's not how trees work, though.
No. So if you actually use your words, and
I don't
read the
like
article.
words. No.
Oh, okay. No. So the way it is you start from the top, from the outer edges, and you work your way
in
towards the and you pick up like the skills and the like little bonuses and changing things along the way.
Well,
as you're doing that, some of the travel nodes are going to be talent points that you spend at the bottom of the tree.
Okay.
And that's a whole different passive system.
Okay, gotcha.
At the bottom of the tree.
Gotcha. Yeah, I knew it was a passive system at the bottom. I just assumed, because that's how fucking trees grow, that you start at the fucking roots. Okay?
No. It's a skill tree, not a real tree.
It's fair enough.
So no, you kind of pick your way in, and like all the skills are at the top, right? So it's kind of dictated by what skills you want to play as the paths you're going to take. But there does look like there's some forking options up in the tree,
but there's not
where you can jump from like one branch to another.
Yeah, but there's not like a lot though.
There's not a lot. Like I said, that's where I said I could use a little more variety and a little more options on it. But
if you're gonna label all the branches like A to Z, well, A can't jump to F.
Right.
There's no way to casually.
I think you can start on another branch though. Like you're not stuck coming in from just one branch.
Right, and I guess part of it is I play a lot of Path of Exile too, and the first time you hit P, you want to scream a little bit, go sit down, cry, read a book, clear
Wonder
your
why
head.
the skill tree wanted to hurt you.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
And then you come back. You hit P again, and then you start drinking bourbon.
Right.
But I don't know. To me, it looks kind of eerily similar to Diablo 2's tree.
But if you took it and you broke it up so the elements were separate, yes. Yeah. But like the elements are all scattered together through this. So like on one like main branch you have a fire, cold, and lightning spell because the only one they've shown is the Sork.
Right.
So each like kind of clump of branches each have a fire, cold, and lightning spell, and then they're just kind of arrayed. So it almost looks peacocky, right, in the colors.
Right, but just like how the Diablo 2 tree branches, like there's 3 columns, and then there's a little bit of branching, and sometimes there's 3-way branching on a couple nodes, right?
Well, I'm hoping the branch things inside of them, they do a lot of work too. So that it's shit that actually changes it. Like, right, so like if you start out with like a lightning skill, right?
Right.
And like you get to a branch where you could branch over into the fire stuff, and maybe that node converts your lightning damage into fire. Right? So then you go into the fire specialization.
Diablo ever done conversion?
I don't know, but I just thought it'd be cool. Stuff like that, or even your lightning bolt creates burning on enemies, and maybe it goes into some kind of burning skill tree next to it. You know what I mean? Like, just if they do it right and make interesting paths between the skills, I think that'll help a lot. But yeah, I don't know. They haven't spoiled a whole lot of.
I agree 100% that would be cool, but I also think there is zero fucking chance of that happening because it is the Diablo team. Yay, you all have phones. That guy's still on the Diablo team, by the way.
Jeebus.
Someone looked him up.
That poor fella.
I think it might have been Asmongold. Someone looked him up, and he had a forum post like 4 days ago on the Diablo forum. And I'm like, dude, they better have bought that dude a fucking house for having to go.
Oh, he went out there and took one for the team,
man. Holy shit, dude. He was like the
the sacrificial lamb.
No, what was that festival that was the scam? Like Ja Rule was tied up in the Fire Festival? Was that what it was called? FYRE?
Yeah, something like that.
And there was that old dude that the guy's like, hey man, I need you to go up to the custom agent and take one for the team and suck that dude's dick so we can get this water through customs. And he's like, okay. And like, he didn't have to. The customs agent's like, dude, no, just give me like $200. What the fuck you doing? You know, like, but that was, what was that guy's name? It's Kim something.
I don't know.
But that was him. He was the Fire Festival guy that year at BlizzCon. And he's still there.
I just pictured him as the goat chained up in the T-Rex pen at fucking
Jurassic Park.
The Diablo fans don't want to feed. They want to hunt.
They want to hunt.
But they killed that man anyway.
He's still there, which good for him. That's got to be tough. That had to be a tough like 6 months after that. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But I don't know. It's still really, really early alpha, or is it? I mean, I have no idea when Diablo 4 is going to come out. I'm betting though
I'm not entirely sure they know when Diablo 4 is going to come out. Like I'm sure they have a rough idea, a guesstimate.
I would not be surprised if we saw it at the very end of the year 2021.
Yeah, I have no idea. But did you check out any of the actual skills?
Yeah, I looked at what was it? I watched a video where somebody they were like showing off the Sork ones.
Gotcha. I just thought like ball lightning.
That's what it was. It was ball lightning.
Charge bolts. Some of those looked really cool. The thing I was most interested in, and I guess kind of the part of the reason I'm going a little easy on the skill tree not having enough customization is because it looks like they're adding a lot of other customization in other ways. Like the Sork's enchantment system. Did you see that shit?
Yeah, I saw that.
That looks amazing.
That looks cool. But
well, no. See, here's where I'm at. Diablo games have Frozen Orb. I want Frozen Orb. Yes. And you saw the enchantment system where basically dude slotted a skill and it just kind of auto cast for him.
Yes.
Now think about a Frozen Orb that floats above your head and shoots icicles at all the enemies around you
while you're moving,
while you're running around moving.
Would it?
And you don't even have to stop and like refresh it or anything. It just does it.
Would there be like a chess piece that if I proliferate shock, it explodes things?
Maybe. We can see, buddy.
I mean, I'm in.
So you're starting Sork.
Yeah. Well, what else am I gonna start? That's all I ever play in games.
Is the wizard class, the mage class, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I think that's a really cool system. Like they showed it off with Meteor, and that looked really fucking sweet to me. Just because it rained down meteors on enemies, like it targeted,
right,
which was really nice. No, I just think that's a really cool system. They said barbs are getting like a weapon swap system.
Yeah, I saw that.
So you can like chain combo through weapon swap. So To me, the skill tree can be like
the attack helicopter meme from PoE like 5 leagues ago that they nerf fixed.
Yeah, we need to get Itsmejousis into fucking Diablo 4 and see if he can just break something.
You remember, dude, that thing was hilarious. That dude's just spamming his X button and running through a map like a helicopter.
Oh yeah, and there's just all kinds of spell effects going off constantly. Yeah, that thing was freaking hilarious. If I can find the link, I'll put it in the description of the podcast too, in case anybody wants to check it out. It's madness.
I'm ready for Black Hawk Down Diablo 4 crossover. This is gonna be sweet.
Attack helicopter.
I do think it's cool that they have they said some of the skills are going to be locked behind the skill tree though. Like there's
looks like all of them are. It looks very D2-ish in that like you just have to path through the skills you want.
I think they said that there's going to be a couple that you just like start with.
Gotcha, like a few starter ones.
But there's like some upgrade ones and then some like crossover ones. And then obviously there'll be some just straight up like, when I say passive, I don't mean passive as in like this is a passive for your character, like in the D3 sense or in the root sense.
Right.
But as in like 15% elemental damage, like on some of the smaller nodes.
Oh yeah.
As you pass through. So, I don't know. It's obviously their first crack at it, and the fact they're doing a tree is probably honestly good enough for me at this point.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to cut them some slack on the tree if they're going to add other ways to customize your character in there. You know
well,
what
yeah,
I mean? Like,
yeah.
that's
what I'm saying. At this point in time, I'm just happy that
they're doing customization at all. Yeah. It's going to have a far more customization. Just from what they've said so far, you're going to have far more customization than you had in Diablo 3, which, to me personally, and because of the way I like to play the game, I like that.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, and they said they were going back and looking at itemizations. Like the first Diablo 4 video I saw, I'm like, man, character customization doesn't look great and itemization doesn't look great. So the fact that they're just going, hey, these things aren't great and we're changing them, I'm like, okay, you got me a little hopeful. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think it's looking good, but from what they're saying, of course, it's hard to tell until you get your hands on it. But I'm actually kind of, as a Diablo 4 fan, it feels weird to feel a little hopeful.
Yeah.
So I'm a little confused, but like, yeah.
So yeah, as more info comes out on that, and hopefully some like more gameplay footage comes out, I'd really like to see a little bit more.
I think the biggest thing I want to see is basically like the other character customizations for the other classes, like because they only went into the swords.
Well, that's the only class that matters.
To you.
If I could save $20 and buy just the Sork edition, I would.
I don't doubt
that is
it,
all I fucking need.
No. You'd spring for the $30 combo with the monk. Don't lie to me.
I don't know what you're talking about. I've never played monk.
Wave a light.
Ever.
You couldn't see it, but he smiled.
I hate dash.
Just too slow for you.
It's too slow.
Yeah,
know?
I'm with you. Mm-hmm. So, speaking of playing what we've been playing. What have you been playing?
I've been playing PoE Standard League that has weird coins that I don't know what they do, but I'm just playing regular PoE.
Yeah, I'm just kind of hoarding my shit until they fix Ice. Like, they said they're going to keep revamping it, so.
This is week 3. I think we moved from when to if now.
I think they're going to keep working on it. What was it? There have been ones that they fixed even a month into the league.
Yeah, well, yeah, I heard Synthesis got good week 6.
I heard. Yeah, I wasn't around. But that's what I heard. Well, I mean, think of it, even Harbinger. It wasn't really...
Well, that was from a time when they were doing a lot of simpler leagues, though, too.
Oh, yeah. But still, it wasn't completely fixed until like 4 weeks in.
Harbinger didn't have things that were legit broken, really, on this scale. Harbinger just was not rewarding.
No, there was some broke stuff. There was a lot of crashes when they were spawning mobs and a bunch of shit earlier in the league. I remember those.
Yeah. But, I don't know. To me, it feels a lot different when it's just like a random pack that's added to your map versus you have to spend time farm, run all the way through, and then
build
like
up
the
skill
last
levels, all that stuff.
And then the last fucking door doesn't open.
Right.
Like, just doesn't, like, crossover episode with Bungie. on the Fellwinter's Lie quest where the door
Well,
wouldn't
the
open.
worst part about it is now you know you lost all the loot that you've collected so far.
Uh-huh.
Like, and
Just
if you hadn't
gone.
exalt or anything, it's just gone.
Sorry you got
So-
that mirror you can look at in your inventory that's not going to be there anymore.
Right. Unless you just leave your account now logged in on that character.
Do you just
forever.
live in that vault now?
I'm not going to lose this mirror.
I
Can't get it out, but I ain't going to lose it.
I am role-playing as Kadiro Perandus, bitches.
Until they reset the servers, then it's gone.
Yeah, kneel before me. I don't know. Yeah, they really need to do something. It's
Yeah, they're posting, they're making hot fixes and stuff at a pretty rapid pace, to be completely honest. So yeah, I'm giving it some time, but yeah, I'm just banking all my high stuff up for now. But one thing, if GGG is listening, please treat the new Syndicate operatives exactly like you did Sentries, and just nerf them by 33% going into next league, so that I will still league start them, because they're pretty good. So, and by good I mean a little bit broken.
Assassins could use a buff.
No,
What? I can't get hit by anything or I die.
I get that, but you're also like exploding 3 screens worth of shit and just running around. with
That's
BB.
more like 10.
Yeah, fair. I saw you clear that breach the other day.
Oh, that pure breach down?
Yeah, I got like 5 screens to explode at once.
Well, yeah, I hit one dude in the knee.
Yeah,
I
you did.
earned that.
You earned it. I'm with it.
Other than PoE, though, the only thing I've been playing is balancing time with Destiny 2, just because we're trying to hoard shit for the expansion that comes out in 5 weeks, 4 weeks, 4.5 weeks, somewhere in there.
Oh, you're doing the raid thing, right?
Yeah.
The first day challenge?
Yeah, we're trying to do the 24-hour raid emblem challenge. So,
Oh, it should be cool.
yep. But, just hoarding bounties, which fuck, doing a whole episode on my feelings about bounties in Diablo and Destiny 2. You know what? Fuck it. Bounties in Diablo 2, too.
Oh, yeah.
Or Diablo 3.
Diablo 3 bounties.
Fucking Christ, dude. It's fine if you want to give me Zoltan cool. That's fine.
Right.
Fucking
The super quick ones, but the ones that you have to hunt and
bullshit ones.
waste your time till you get a pity
yeah,
arrow.
I don't. And then the bounties in Destiny 2 and Dog the Bounty Hunter and I don't like bounties. Boba Fett's cool though.
Yeah.
So no, that's pretty much all I've been playing. So that's probably all I'm gonna be playing this week too.
Gonna be streaming this weekend?
Yeah, probably. Say I'm gonna shoot again for probably Thursday, 11 p.m. Eastern again. Twitch.tv/loot_fiends.
And of course, we'll shoot it out on Twitter when we're starting and all that stuff.
Yep.
So, well, I think that wraps us up for the week pretty much. Anything else you got, Ringo?
No, that's it. Other than, as always, make sure your Amazon Prime subscription is up to date for your own safety.
2024 is coming.
2024. Sheeple. Wake up, sheeple.
Have a good week, everybody.
Yep, see you next time.